Next speaker, Lynn Robinson. And with those with number 3 speaker cards, please come up.
Hello everyone, yes, I'm Lynn Robinson, and you know, I'm for Jackson School. I am an alumni for many years. Kindergarten school, yes. Kindergarten to 6th grade. It's been around for many years. You know, it was mentioned, like when Gloria spoke up earlier, she said, what can you do to save our school? A matter of money? My thing is, I believe in marketing. There's ways we can make money each school. I asked the committee not to close any schools, to look at your budget really good. Do you really have to do that? It's a way that you can do the, okay, I'm thinking business now, the accounting of ways of budgeting, to contact certain ones in school, contact ones in Jackson schools, therefore we can raise money so the school will stay open. I highly recommend that. Do not close Jackson School. I'm for that. I'm for all the schools to be open because it was mentioned earlier when the young man was speaking, he said it would be a disruption to the school. I believe that. I know it will. I feel in my heart also it would be a disruption. And we do not want that for young people. Especially when you got your mind and the families together, working together, and all of a sudden you're going to come in and say, okay, you're going to go to this school, you're going to that school. That is not good. That's a disruption waiting to happen. And I just pray that it does not happen. And for the committee to think. And for another situation, another solution come up where they do not disrupt the school, close down Jackson. I do not want Jackson closed down. I told my daughter early this morning, they're thinking about closing down Jackson. She said, what? Do you know how many years? I said, yes, honey, I am an alumni. And I have many years. From kindergarten to 6th grade. It's a good school, I feel. And it's put in the community, so don't put it down.
Thank you. Next speaker, Chris Lou.
How many of you like to me wake up at 4 a.m. at night, really with a lot of despair? Let's just see a show of hands. When they started talking about the parcel tax in our community, I remember Ed Hoffman saying how deep these cuts would be, and I didn't think anything like this would ever happen in my imagination. I would like to tell you a little bit about the sacrifices that our district employees and our teachers make. My wife's a teacher. They gladly gave up 5 furlough days. All the district employees did. It's about 3% of their checks. I want you to know that they took their furlough days at the beginning of the year. They still came to schools and got schools going. When my wife went to the district office to drop off the certificate, almost every district employee was there working, so we had a good start to the school year. And I just want to acknowledge the sacrifices that everybody in the community is making. That might be forgotten. I'd like to talk about one of our parents at Norma Coombs. She's already been displaced. She's losing her daughter's education. And we have to fix this tonight. Alice, I really ask that you would reach out to this parent and give them the choice of their 2 schools for junior high. When they went to Norma Coombs for K through 8, we promised them a good education, and we have to fulfill that promise. And finally, I'd like to tell you about my daughter. She's in college now. She went to Dominique, Norma Coombs, PHS. We're proud of all 3 schools. But when she was in elementary school, she couldn't read. I'm sure all your children are doing wonderful, but my child tested the lowest 25 percentile in reading. And she went to Norma Coombs, and it was like magic. She came as a student who had never tested proficient, and she left as an advanced reader. And I know you all are seeing that same magic in your school systems, in your schools, and that's what you're fighting for. That's what we're all fighting for. And I want to tell you the end of the story with Sarah. There is a great story. She spent the summer at JPL. She designed a space pod for the Mars rover that's probably going to go into space in 2 years. She's attending MIT. And because we had a good quality public education, we have money to send her there. And otherwise, without the school district, that would have never happened if we sent her to private school. And I want to thank everybody who works in the school district for making that happen, because it truly was a community effort. Now we're facing some hard realities. We may lose Loma Alpha, but that's what the committee has said, and if they do, I've asked them to consider the foster case. Get the parents and teachers, administrators to work together to really make that successful. Those trials can be lost. But as far as San Rafael, Burbank, Jackson, Roosevelt, Norma Coombs, and Field, not one of those schools should close. In my won't give an inch. We need $1 million. How are we going to get it? We have to start it here tonight among ourselves. And let me tell you, maybe some of you are going to have a good year, you're going to get a bonus, and maybe it's $500, $1,000, $2,000. What if you sent that back to the president or the executive of your company, and you said, my school district is in need. I don't want to give 40% to the federal government. It doesn't do anything for me. I don't want to give 10 or 15% to the state, because I don't really know what they do. What I want to do, I want to give 100% to our school district. And while I'm at it, I want to tell you all the great things that my school district is doing for my kids. And I want to tell you something else. I'd like you to match part of my contributions to my school fund. I'll wrap it up quick. We have to decide what we're willing to do. Are we willing to hang signs at our school and rally around the streets and ask for $1 million? Are we going to march into Old Town? Are we going to rally at the Rose Parade? Are we going to disrupt Lake Street and tell them that they're going to have a thriving business community, that we will have our children educated? And finally, parents, there's hope. And all I can share with you is this. When my daughter was in 3rd grade and couldn't read, all I could tell her every day when she spent 2 hours to read 2 pages of homework, one with her reading it and one with my wife or I helping her, we told her she had to sacrifice. She had to work hard, and tomorrow would be a brighter day. And I'll just leave you with this. I've taken my despair and I've resolved in my heart, and I will not go quietly into the night. Our schools will survive, and if we succeed, if we win, if we can stop this spiral of schools closure, which is absolutely insane, we're going to have good schools next year, decades, and generations. And you come tonight, say what you can do and contribute, as well as how wonderful your schools are. Thank you.
Thank you. Next speaker is the auditorium.
Sorry, I can't stand behind a podium to talk to you. Good evening, my name is Sonal Carolyn. As you can see by my shirt, I'm a parent of elementary school. I would like to thank the committee members. I would like to thank Mrs. Petrosian, and yes, I'd like to thank our consultants for coming this evening. On a Friday night, we do have lives. It shows the importance of that you're willing to take the time. Now, we can talk about facts. Well, the very first fact is right on the back of my t-shirt. What does it say? Oh, wait a minute, it says a California Distinguished School. That's one fact about it. It said programs being offered at fields are worthy of this distinction. So why not take things that are at field like we talked about? Like the lady from Roseville, I'm sorry, I don't remember her name, talked about, and bring those to other schools. An ocean. I love field. My daughter loves field. She feels safe to go to field and make a mistake. How wonderful is that my daughter can go to school and fail a test? She can get an answer wrong because she knows that she's going to get to learn. She knows that her teachers, that the janitors, that the women in the cafeteria where she's never ever eaten lunch are going to be there to help her through it. I imagine that's the same at many of your schools. Now, I can stand here tonight and I can tell you, please don't close again schools. But unfortunately, the hard reality is the committee tomorrow, hopefully, with heavy hearts, are going to choose at least 3 schools. What I'm going to ask the committee, and what I'm going to ask Mr. Petrosian to bring back to Mr. Diaz, is an idea. Instead of thinking, first a little bit about me. I moved to California right after the last of the closures. I wasn't even in the States. And I can tell you, I can walk around the field and tell you, oh, this person, that was a voice person. Wait a minute, over here, this person, that's an Allen family. I can tell you the staff that came from other schools. Now, as we go forward, if we can learn anything from the school closures in 2005, it's that consolidating schools is rough. Consolidating schools into a school that already has an identity that doesn't absorb the identity of the students and family coming in is not the best idea. So I'm going to propose something that is not going to be very popular. I'm going to propose that as the schools are consolidated, as you pick schools to go in, that you afford the incoming community and the community that's already there to give that school a new identity, to give that school a new name, to give that school a new sense of community so that the parents can pick the name, the students can pick the mascot, so that the kids and families that are already there and the kids and the families and the staff have a say in how that school moves forward. And to take a look at the programs that are working at each of those schools and bring them together to form not Burbank with students from Jackson or the new Norman Cruz at Field, but a brand new place where students can flourish, where students can have a new home, and where students can feel safe, not only to succeed, but to fail as well.
Thank you. Thank you.